I went on and took off the motor mount and the coolant hose that hooks up to here, and the thermos. I'm gonna take off the valve covers because it might be tight, and when I take off the head I won't be able to put all the pressure on it without something holding it down. I got the intake valve cover off, and when I take off bolts I try to put them back where they supposed to be if I can. If not, I just lay them with the parts. Alright, I'll take that one back out. Alright, next I'm gonna start. I might go ahead and take off the exhaust. There we go. So I ain't gotta take the whole muffler off. I can reach everything from the top, the sides. Alright, now it's time to start on the bolts for the top of the head. And I believe those are size 10. Alright, I just took out both of the size 10s screws, bolts. This was in the valve covers right up under it. Then size 10 bolts on top. Make sure all the bolts are out. Let me put my valve cover bolts back in so I will not lose them. Right, and one at the back. Right, and it's time to attempt to take it off. Well, somebody have been in here because there's a little gasket maker around it. Hup, hup, hup. All right, there you go. All right, first step is done. Got that off. And those look good. So I got the head off. Next it would be to take the timing chain tensioner off so I can take off the camshaft. And after I take out the camshaft and the timing chain, then I'm going to start hitting the bolts inside. But first I'm about to take the timing chain off. Alright. I'm about to take off the timing chain tensioner. Alright, I'm gonna go to the other side. Get the one at the bottom. And it is a star wrench, or whatever you call it. Find that bolt in a second. Right, it's one of them. Two of them. And these boats does have washers on them, so make sure you keep up with the washers. And it should come right off. Kind of wiggle it, and there it go. So I'm gonna put these back on there, the bolts, and I'm gonna put the timing chain tensioner. And how it seemed, it was all the way to its max. So I might have to replace the timing chain too. Alright, so that's that go. Putting the timing chain tensioner. Make sure you keep up with everything, because you do not want to spend unnecessary money on unnecessary parts. Alright, and this should be able to slide right off. But before I do that, I'm gonna go get some string so I can tie the chain up, because you do not want your timing chain to slide back in there. So I just grabbed the shoestring that I used to paint, hold up the fenders that I painted my son ATV. So I'm gonna just tie this on there. As soon as I get this tied, I'm gonna pull out the camshaft. Right. I'm not gonna tie it too tight, because I know I'm gonna have to take it right back off. Tied. There you go. Now it's time to remove the camshaft. Ta-da! The arms, the rocker arms does look a little worn, but it was cranking up. It was just smoking real bad. I got that out. Next, it will be to start working on these two. It look like 14s, 15s. So you got two inside, and then you have to hit these two outside ones. So I'm gonna find me a socket for that and take those out. Next, it will be to start working on these two. It look like 14s, 15s. So you got two inside, and then you have to hit these two outside ones. So I'm gonna find me a socket for that. Go ahead and pull the whole cylinder off. After I get, there you go. And I have to take out the timing chain tensioner. I say rod. But the cylinder looks pretty bad. Y'all could see all the, so I went on, I'm gonna bring it up if I can, which I don't think I can, but you can tell that I'm gonna have to break it all the way down, because that's moving way too much. And that's that rod, not the piston, but the rod. So I'm thinking about going ahead and taking the motor off and go ahead and start the process of breaking it down. But to get the cylinder and the top end off, you have to take out these four bolts that goes in the middle to hold it down. You have to take off those. You have to. Then you have to raise the bottom end up to be able to get out the back left one. And you have to take out the timing chain guide. Like, we'll unbolt it from the right side. It'll be a size 12. Hopefully. I mean, it's not too bad. But I say it shouldn't be that loose though. Y'all let me know. And that's not the piston moving. That's me doing it, you know, rocking it with the arm. I mean, it's pretty bad. Just let me know, and part 2 will be out soon.